And the hype train keeps on going. Now Marvel has released their second official trailer for Avengers Infinity War, and although I don't consider this trailer to be as grand as the first one, it is more story heavy, and there's quite a few things to discuss in this trailer. Now quite clearly this trailer is more centered around Thanos. As what we do learn from this trailer, we do know that Thanos is trying to wipe out half of the universe, as the Mad Titan believes that the universe is oversaturated at this point. And this is all touched upon by Gamora, as she is known to be Thanos' daughter, as she does mention that once Thanos gets all of the Infinity Stones, he could easily wipe out half of the universe within a flick of his fingers, which is a good callback to the Infinity Gauntlet storyline. And speaking of Thanos, we do get to see our first true look at the Mad Titan in full armor. And as you can see, he's removing his helmet as he just claimed his first Infinity Stone, to which we all know by now is part of his spiritual journey. And then speaking of armor, we do get to see Iron Man with his brand new armor, and what's very interesting is the fact that he can transform his feet into a more powerful thruster for him to fly faster. And it should be pretty interesting to see what else Tony Stark can do with this brand new armor, as we do know that this is somewhat inspired by the Bleeding Edge as well as Model Prime. And once all of our heroes are fully aware on Thanos and what he is about to achieve, Tony Stark has this idea in that once Thanos arrives on Earth, they should easily just use the Infinity Stones that they already have, such as Doctor Strange's Time Stone as well as the Vision's Mind Stone. And then after that we do get to see Captain America, Black Widow and the others meeting up with T'Challa in Wakanda. And this is where it builds up to the Wakanda fight scene. And then as we can see from the next shot, we do get to see Shuri examining the Vision's head as well as the Mind Stone, in which in a sense it could confirm that Shuri will be the one to remove the Vision's Mind Stone, or at the very least keep him safe from Thanos and his army. And then we also get to see Iron Man, Star-Lord, Drax and Spider-Man, and I'm guessing that this is going to be where the real climax takes place, seeing as how the environments themselves does remind me of another planet altogether. And then after that we do get to see our first real close-up at the Hulkbuster, and I've gotta say, after a while this armor is slowly growing on me, because I just found the overall design to be a little too sleek for the Hulkbuster, but after a while I am starting to get used to this design. And then we get to see Thor with his brand new cape, and I'm going to guess this is where he gets his ultimate Mjolnir, or what is known as the Stormbreaker. We still don't really see the actual weapon itself, but it should be pretty interesting to see what the final product looks like in the actual movie. And then we cut into another shot featuring Thanos, and I'm going to guess that this takes place in a flashback, as clearly we haven't seen Thanos in this exact uniform before. And in that exact scene we do get to see Thanos holding hands with a younger Gamora. And while this takes place, we also get to see the Chitauri army. And looking at this scene, it does somewhat show that Thanos is beyond just an ordinary villain, because it seems like Thanos is capable of feeling compassion for a younger Gamora. And then we transition into a more brutal side of the Mad Titan, as we do get to see him crushing Thor's skull, or at the very least giving Thor a massive headache. And then in that exact same scene, we do get to see Loki as well as our first real look at all of the Black Order, consisting of Corvus Glaive, Proxima Midnight, Ebony Maw and the Cull Obsidian. And this probably takes place at the very beginning, where Thanos claims the Space Stone. And then speaking of Ebony Maw, we do get to see him torturing Doctor Strange. Whether he's trying to get the Time Stone away from Doctor Strange, or maybe trying to convince him into summoning the demon, we don't know. But the former seems to be the more likely solution. And then we also have this shot right here, in which we do get to see the Hulkbusters getting demolished by the Outriders. And if the rumours are true in that Bruce Banner is the one in the Hulkbuster, then I would imagine this is the part where we do get to see the Hulk burst out from the Hulkbuster, which has been teased in one of the toys, I believe. And then we also have this shot right here where Tony Stark has been beaten by Thanos, and we do get to see his armor is pretty much destroyed at this point. And again, I'm going to assume that this does take place in the climax of the film. And then finally we have the shot where Captain America is holding his own against the Mad Titan. And this to me is a little confusing, because how is Captain America capable of holding his own against Thanos in such a manner? unless either A, they watered down Thanos' strength, or B, Captain America has some sort of enhancement. Almost like another MacGuffin, if you will. But overall, this is a pretty interesting trailer, and although I don't think that it's as broad and as exciting as the first one, this one does tell us a bit more about the overall story. And it's really impressive because even still, we don't know everything that's going to take place in this movie. Although I do wish that we get to see Thanos tossing the moon in this trailer, but oh well, I think this is a pretty solid trailer all the same. So what do you think of the second trailer for Avengers Infinity War, and what are some of your favourite moments from this said trailer? Comment below and share some thoughts, and as always, thank you guys for watching this video, please like and subscribe, take care and have a good one.